Carol Hare, and here for another Title Talk. I think this is number 5, going at solo. I hope to start a little earlier in doing or talking to you about the various bulletins that get sent from above to you, our wonderful agents. This one I'm a little bit late in getting to you. It was sent out in July, and it deals with absentee owners. Bottom line is, when you've got real estate that's being sold and we have an absentee owner, so any vacant land, that's pretty clear you're going to have an absentee owner, or rental property. And the only way you're going to know is, I guess, if the real estate agent tells you. You can find out pretty early on if part of your file opening process includes checking tax records. But in any event, the problem that we're trying to address is having people who claim to be the landowner come in and sell property where the real owner is somewhere else. The bulletin, absentee owner, and it's bulletin number 2017-5. It's available on our website. In any event, it says that you, as agents, should send a notice to the address that's listed on the property tax records. You should send a notice saying this property is part of a pending real estate transaction. That's great. I think it's fine to have the bulletin. I am concerned about how to implement that, because unless your file opening process or procedure includes looking at the tax records and finding out whether it's owner occupied somehow. I guess you would know if the address to which tax notices are sent is different from the address for the property, or if it's vacant land. Then the knowledge that it's not owner occupied should trigger, as part of your file opening address, this notice or letter sent to the address for which the property has for its tax purposes. Again, my concern is living with this memo or this bulletin. I think in the real world, a lot of times the file may get open one week and the closing happens the next. We live in a crazy, we participate in a crazy business, this real estate world, and it's always a hurry up and move forward. So my suggestion is that you do try to implement this as part of your file opening process, but it's very important that we also try to educate the real estate community that we're having this issue, and realtor, listing agent, we need from you as much information as you can provide as to the identity of the purported seller. Unfortunately, we had a real life experience with the problems that can arise when you don't have knowledge or send the notice to the absentee owner. Earlier this week, Frank Butler got a phone call from a settlement agent, a great settlement agent, who had handled a real estate transaction last month, and they got a call this month from a lady in Connecticut, and the question to the settlement agent was, why would you pay our taxes? We went to pay our property taxes, and apparently you, or maybe it was the buyer, our insured buyer, you paid our taxes. Why? And the caller was advised that that property had been sold and that the buyer and seller had paid the taxes. It was prorated. To which she responded, oh no, the owner didn't sell that property. And here's what had happened. Hindsight's 20/20. I'm not casting aspersions, or certainly not pointing a finger at anybody. But what happened was, in 1961, we'll say Ellie Mae Clampett bought a vacant lot in Chesapeake. Fast forward to earlier in 2017, and a lady named Ellie Mae Clampett, actually the granddaughter of Ellie Mae Clampett, who purchased the property back in '61. Ellie Mae Clampett Jr., I guess, lists the property. We haven't talked to the real estate agents yet. Lists the property and excuse me, and provides at closing provides her driver's license, where she is Ellie Mae Clampett and she lives in Florence, South Carolina. And the sale went through, and the South Carolina Ellie Mae Clampett walked off with over $100,000. Now, when I talked to the settlement agent underwriter, said, what did the tax notice say about, or what address did it have for the tax notices to which the tax notices were sent? She said, somewhere in Connecticut, and I didn't really think anything about it because it's vacant land. It couldn't go to the property. I understand her reaction, but oh my, had she had a red flag in her mind go off, maybe this could have been averted. As it is, we directed the agent to issue the owner's policy to the builder who bought the vacant lot, tell them to please not make any more improvements or any site prep, because this is going to go into a claim. It's going to be a messy one. Initial research Frank Butler and I did showed that the real Ellie Mae Clampett had 6 children, and she died in 1969. No idea how many people are going to be involved in getting this title cleared. So, bottom line, read your bulletins, try to implement or be creative in how to address the issues that we're trying to address. I'd love to have some suggestions from you as to how to avoid this. I think it's going to be a matter of the settlement agents being more aware, but it's also going to need to involve education of realtors, make them aware of the issues, and be a part of the solution. Fidelity has a seminar, Recent Trends in Fraud, that's approved for realtor credit. Any of your Fidelity underwriters, underwriting counsel, or I would be more than happy to present this to the realtors. We all want to stop crime and hopefully avoid getting to the claim situation by setting up proper procedures and listening to our little voice when it says, this doesn't quite sound right. Thanks for being great agents. Thanks for paying attention to the memos, bulletins, and again, we are open to your suggestions as to how to make things go more smoothly. Thanks for listening. Bye.